Hello everyone and welcome to London. Now I know what you're thinking. Another London travel guide? Don't worry, we're putting a cheeky little spin on things, adding a bit of that Corden charm, if you will. Buckle up as we hop, skip, and jump our way through London's finest, all while having ourselves a right good laugh. Welcome to our whimsical tour of London. Get ready to explore the city's charm with a dash of humor. First up, the big cheese, the grand fromage, the one and only Big Ben. Or should I say, Elizabeth Tower. Apparently, Big Ben's just the bell inside. Who knew? This iconic landmark took a whopping 15 years to build. 15 years! You could have built Rome in that time. Maybe not Rome, but definitely a decent-sized bungalow. But hey, look at her now, standing tall and proud. They don't call it Big Ben for nothing, you know. It's massive. And that clock? Always on time. Unlike your mate who's perpetually late, you know who you are. Now picture this. It's 1859, the year Big Ben first chimed. No iPhones, no Netflix, just the sound of this grand bell echoing through the city. Can you imagine the excitement? It was like the Super Bowl of clocks. So next time you're strolling by Big Ben, remember the years, the craftsmanship, and the sheer audacity of building something so grand. And if you hear a little creak here and there, don't worry, it's just finding its feet after all these years. Next, we're off to the Tower of London, a place steeped in history, mystery, and the occasional ghost story. This isn't just any old tower. It's been a royal residence, a treasury, and even a zoo. Imagine strolling these grounds back in the day. Henry VIII, with all 6 of his wives in tow, probably popped in for a quick cuppa. Oh, Anne, darling, fancy a spot of tea after we visit the Ravens? Speaking of ravens, legend has it that if the ravens ever leave the tower, the kingdom will fall. So no pressure, birds. But seriously, they've got a pretty sweet gig here. Free food, prime real estate, and they get to watch tourists all day. The Tower of London is a must-see, not just for the history buffs, but for anyone who loves a good story, a good laugh, and maybe a good shiver down their spine. Just watch out for those ravens. They've got a taste for shiny things. Now let's get one thing straight. Tower Bridge is not London Bridge. Yes, I know they both go over water and connect bits of London, but trust me, they're different. It's like confusing Hugh Grant with Benedict Cumberbatch. Similar accents, completely different vibes. Tower Bridge, with its majestic towers and that iconic blue paint job, is a sight to behold. It's like something out of a fairy tale, except instead of a dragon, you've got tourists taking selfies. And that Bascule Bridge, pure engineering genius. Back in the day when those massive ships needed to pass through, the bridge would split in half. Can you imagine the drama? The crowds gathering, the boats honking, the bridge slowly rising. It's a good thing they didn't have Instagram back then. People would have been late for work every day. So there you have it, Tower Bridge, the glamorous sibling to London Bridge. And remember, if you want to sound like a true Londoner, never ever get them confused. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to take a spin on the London Eye. Now, this isn't your average carnival ride. This is a leisurely stroll through the sky, a chance to soak up the views, and maybe even spot your house if you squint really hard. The London Eye moves at a snail's pace, which is great for sightseeing, but not so great if you're in a hurry. I mean, it takes a whole 30 minutes to go all the way around. That's longer than some of my relationships. But hey, who's complaining? The views from the top are absolutely breathtaking. You can see the Houses of Parliament, Buckingham Palace, even the Shard on a clear day. It's enough to make you want to burst into song, like a Julie Andrews moment. But with less yodeling and more pointing and saying, "Ooh, look at that!" So hop aboard the London Eye, take a deep breath of fresh-ish air, and enjoy the ride. Just don't blame me if you start humming "Let's Go Round Again" on the way down. Next stop, Buckingham Palace, the HQ of all things royal. This is where the magic happens, folks. Well, maybe not magic, more like official engagements, state dinners, and the occasional corgi parade. Now, if you're lucky, you might catch a glimpse of the changing of the guard. It's a sight to behold. All those soldiers in their fancy red uniforms and those big furry hats. They're like the Spice Girls of the military, except with less singing and more marching. And don't even get me started on those guardsmen. They stand there, ramrod straight, not cracking a smile, no matter what you do. I once saw a pigeon land on a guard's head, and he didn't even flinch. I mean, I know they're supposed to be stoic and professional, but come on, a little giggle wouldn't hurt. Buckingham Palace is a must-see for anyone visiting London. It's a chance to soak up the royal atmosphere, imagine what goes on behind those closed doors, and maybe even practice your curtsy. Just don't expect the guards to be impressed. Let's escape the hustle and bustle for a bit and head to Hyde Park, London's very own Central Park, but with fewer squirrels and more pigeons. This place is massive. You could get lost in here for days, and I'm not just talking about getting turned around on the paths. I mean lost in thought, lost in the beauty of it all. Hyde Park is like a choose-your-own-adventure book. You can go for a leisurely stroll, have a picnic by the Serpentine, or rent a rowboat and pretend you're in a Jane Austen novel. Just try not to fall in. The ducks might mistake you for bread. And then there's Speaker's Corner, where anyone and everyone can hop on a soapbox and share their opinions. It's like Twitter in real life, but with less anonymity and more heckling. You'll hear everything from conspiracy theories to political rants to people just wanting to share their love of cats. So take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy all that Hyde Park has to offer. Just watch out for the pigeons. They've got a thing for sandwiches. Now, for a bit of architectural brilliance, let's head to St. Paul's Cathedral. This place is an absolute masterpiece, with its soaring dome and intricate details. It's enough to make you want to break out in song, but maybe save it for the choir practice later. Now, I'm not gonna lie, getting to the top of St. Paul's is a bit of a workout. Those stairs are no joke. It's 528 steps to be exact. That's like climbing the Empire State Building, but with less King Kong and more stained glass windows. But trust me, the view from the top is worth every single step. You can see the whole of London spread out before you like a giant urban tapestry. It's enough to make you feel like you're on top of the world, or at least on top of a really, really big church. So put on your comfy shoes, grab a bottle of water, and get ready to be wowed by St. Paul's Cathedral. It's an experience you won't soon forget, even if your legs might disagree. Ever wanted to hang out with the king, snap a selfie with Beyoncé, or challenge David Beckham to a penalty shootout? Well, at Madame Tussauds, you can do all that and more, well, sort of. This place is a celebrity wonderland, filled with wax figures so lifelike you'll be checking for a pulse. It's like a Hollywood party, but without the awkward small talk and the fear of spilling champagne on a Kardashian. You can strike a pose with the royal family, belt out a tune with Adele, or even try on one of Lady Gaga's outrageous outfits. And the best part? No security guards to stop you from getting a little too close. So channel your inner fangirl or boy and get ready for a star-studded adventure at Madame Tussauds. Just remember, those wax figures might look real, but they don't appreciate being poked and prodded. Trust me, I've learned from experience. Next, we're diving into the wonderful world of the Sea Life London Aquarium, where you can come face to fin with some of the ocean's most fascinating creatures. We're talking sharks, penguins, jellyfish, and even a giant octopus named Octavia. Don't worry, she's quite friendly, as long as you don't mind a little ink stain on your shirt. Now, I imagine being a fish in an aquarium is a bit like being a celebrity. You've got people constantly watching your every move, taking your picture, and probably wondering what you're thinking. Do you ever get tired of swimming in circles? What's it like living in a giant glass box? Can you even see us out here? But hey, at least they've got free room and board, right? Plus, they get to be the stars of the show, which is more than I can say for myself. So grab your imaginary scuba gear and get ready to explore the underwater world of the Sea Life London Aquarium. It's an experience that's both educational and entertaining, even if you don't speak fluent dolphin. Last but not least, we're off to the British Museum, home to more artifacts than you can shake a stick at. Seriously, this place is massive. You could spend days here and still not see everything. It's like the attic of the world, filled with treasures from every corner of the globe. You've got Egyptian mummies, ancient Greek statues, even the Rosetta Stone. It's enough to make your head spin. I imagine the curators walking around like, oh, this old thing? Just a 2000-year-old Roman bust. No biggie. But seriously, the history contained within these walls is mind-blowing. So, put on your comfy shoes, grab a map, and get ready to explore the wonders of the world at the British Museum. Just try not to knock over any ancient artifacts. They tend to frown upon that sort of thing. So there you have it, my whirlwind tour of London's top 10 must-visit spots. all with a healthy dose of humor, of course. I hope you enjoyed our little adventure, and maybe even learned a thing or two along the way. Now, if you're planning a trip to London, be sure to add these incredible locations to your itinerary. And don't forget to pack your sense of humor. You'll need it when you're navigating the tube during rush hour. From Big Ben to the British Museum, London is a city that's full of surprises, delights, and maybe even a few pigeons wanting your lunch. So get out there, explore, and have a right good laugh while you're at it. Hope you enjoyed this humorous spin on London's top sights. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and visit these fantastic locations for an unforgettable experience. And before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more fun and informative travel guides. See you next time.